Comfort Mode mattress from Sleep Number. It changes as fast as your life does, personalizing your comfort every night. Only at Sleep Number.
This is CBS LA, Act 5.
Combat operations continue at this time in full force.
Now at 5, U.S. service members killed in the Middle East on day 2 of the war conflict with Iran. Tonight, President Trump vowing the operation could continue for a month.
Plus another day of celebrations on the streets of Westwood. Iranian Americans singing and dancing after the death of the Supreme Leader. Welcome to CBS LA at 5. I'm Leslie Medina.
And I'm Gio Insignares. We start with team coverage tonight on the strikes with Iran, starting with Lori Perez in the newsroom tracking the latest from the Middle East. Lori?
Right, tonight, the Pentagon confirming 3 U.S. service members have been killed, the first American casualties in this operation. And President Trump says the strikes will continue until all U.S. objectives are complete, which could be 4 weeks or less.
And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is.
A dire prediction from the president acknowledging 3 U.S. military members killed in action as the U.S. air raids in Iran continue. Iran is vowing revenge, taking aim at U.S. allies in the region. On Sunday, an Iranian missile struck a synagogue in Israel, killing at least 9 people. Iran is also firing on cities throughout the United Arab Emirates, one day after striking a luxury hotel in Dubai. Global reaction to the Iran strikes is mixed. On Sunday, anti-U.S. protesters in Karachi, Pakistan, stormed the U.S. consulate. In Yemen, tens of thousands took to the streets, shouting anti-American and anti-Israeli slogans and burning U.S. flags. The Prime Minister of Canada is among those supporting the U.S. action.
Canada supports the United States acting to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon.
Among the questions now being asked are who will assume leadership of Iran now that its supreme leader has been killed. On Sunday's Face the Nation, Republican Senator Tom Cotton concedes the period of transition in Iran may be lengthy.
There's probably a lot of jockeying inside of Iran right now. They have a very consultative, deliberative process to replace the supreme leader. There's a reason why he didn't want to have a clear succession plan in place.
Pope Leo said Sunday he is profoundly concerned about the airstrikes on Iran and encouraged both sides to, quote, stop the spiral of violence before it becomes an irreparable abyss. Now, within the last hour, President Trump returned to the White House without answering questions from reporters. But the president has spoken over the phone to several news outlets, and he told The Atlantic that he is willing to talk with Iran to find a resolution. Gio, Leslie, back to you.
Lori, thank you. And here at home, a massive show of support in Westwood for the U.S. strikes that took out Iran's supreme leader.
CBS LA's Lauren Posen live with a second day of celebrations along Wilshire Boulevard. Lauren.
Leslie, Gio, second day of celebrations, and once again, there was a lot of emotions here today, mixed emotions. People were celebrating, crying, tears of joy, really excited for the future, but also nervous, too, about what this means for the future of Iran. It's a moment nearly half a century in the making.
The people in Iran are the ones putting up the fight, and then people outside of Iran are their voice to try to amplify that for them.
Thousands pouring into the streets of Westwood, celebrating the death of Iran's longtime leader in a U.S. and Israeli strike Saturday.
We've been waiting for this moment for 47 years, and finally, there is a president in the office who actually listened and did something about it.
President Trump says now is a chance for Iranians to reclaim their nation. But there's still a lot of uncertainty as to who will assume leadership of Iran now that its supreme leader has been killed.
There's a long way to go still, but this is a big step in the process because Khomeini's the head of the snake, so getting rid of him and then starting from there is a huge, huge step for us.
As celebrations continue in Los Angeles, home to the largest Iranian community outside of Iran, many still feel hope has never looked clearer.
Whatever is the best for people of Iran. So no matter our family are there or not, still we want everything, whatever is the best for them.
President Trump said on network news this morning that he has seen the celebrations across the nation and right here in Los Angeles, and he called them fantastic. Reporting live in Westwood, Lauren Posen, CBS LA.
Lauren, thank you. And tonight, oil prices in early trading are rising sharply after the attacks in the Middle East disrupted energy supply. How high prices could go in California, we'll have that part of the story coming up at 5:15.
Some breaking news in Long Beach. Reports of a shooting near an event for the opening of a new Marathon burger. SkyCat live over the scene right now. Police aren't releasing much information, but based on what we can see, it looks like the shooting may have happened outside of a parking structure. This is on Broadway and Pine. The event for Marathon Burger was happening about a half block away. Our assignment desk just spoke to the Long Beach Police Department. They're working on getting out a news release, and of course, we'll update you as soon as we learn more.
Turning to the weather now, beautiful beach day. Looking live at Santa Monica. Not as crowded as yesterday, but still plenty of people out there enjoying their Sunday.
Another warm winter day, but Alex Bisson's tracking some changes in our next weather forecast. Hi, Alex.
Alex. Okay, in Texas tonight, 2 people are dead, 14 others wounded after a gunman opened fire in an Austin City bar. The FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force has now joined this investigation. Today, investigators are combing through the suspect's home, searching for any answers after he was shot and killed by police last night. Federal authorities say it's motive, but CBS News is reporting officials found an Iranian flag and pictures of Iranian leaders at the gunman's home. Local police are already stationed in the city's popular nightlife area, and they did quickly respond to that scene.
When this came out, we were about 56 seconds away, coming from east to west Austin, and that saved multiple lives.
Waymo, come on! Go! And you can see that a Waymo driverless taxi caught blocking first responders. According to EMS officials, first responders were on the scene within 57 seconds, you heard there, and had all critical patients transported within 24 minutes.
Justices return to the Supreme Court tomorrow, ready to weigh in on a high-stakes Second Amendment battle that's challenging a federal law that bans drug users from owning guns. It's the same law that was used to convict Hunter Biden, but this case focuses on a man in Texas charged with owning a handgun while admitting to regular marijuana use. The Trump administration and gun control groups are making a rare alliance to defend the ban, while the ACLU and NRA are pushing back, calling the law unconstitutionally vague. Now that 40 states have legalized medical marijuana, the ruling could impact millions of gun owners.
Still ahead here, 5 artificial intelligence allegedly used